they're husband and wife, so they're one, as God sees them. So let's say they represent the Christians, and Ishmael and Sarah are the Muslims. So you've got the Muslims hating the Christians, but the Christians don't hate the Muslims.
I don't know, but according to the Bible, they will become father and mother of the nations. So it was God's plan for this nation to be. Right. Is the way they are.
That's a hard question. I don't believe God planned violence.
Us here so that he can explain us about all of this saga. Was it God's plan for all this blood to start happening now? Because father and mother of nations, and here they are now, father and mother of the nation. I don't know, my sister, if you have an idea about who to blame between Sarah and Abraham now.
Well,
about all this saga happening among nations.
First of all, I would like to say, we have a free will. We choose what happens to us. Yes. First of all, we choose what happens to us. So if God said you're going to be a mother of many nations, yes. That means it's probably not just Isaac he's talking about. So he probably knew Ishmael was going to be. So, but all the shedding of blood and all that stuff, that is on us. We can't blame God for that, because Ishmael is and Isaac is. We can't blame God for that. That is on us. You can choose to not like somebody, but going to go kill them, that's not God speaking to me. That's me choosing to shed blood, and that's just that's on us. So yes. But to blame Abraham or Sarah, yes. It's not fair to say to blame one of them. But if I would have to choose, I would say, well, God really spoke to Abraham, and he's really closer to God than Sarah is. So he should know when God says, this is what I want, this is what I want. There is no substitute for anything. Okay. So I am blaming, I'm not blaming Abraham, but I'm also blaming Abraham.
Now, the outcome of all of this, after the death of Sarah, we see that Abraham was no longer a good father, because he had the older women too, such as Katurah. He had 7 children with her. Besides that, Abraham had again older women that are unknown so far in the Bible. What Abraham was doing, having babies, kick them out, child support, and he doesn't care. But before the death of Sarah, we found out that Abraham was a good father. And he was also a good man of God. But after the death of Sarah, he fell. Is there anything you can add on top of it, both of you? Is it good to have a harsh woman on your side? Because we take Sarah out of Abraham's life, Abraham is nothing.
It's just like any other man in this society now. For you to see a man with a good head on his shoulder, you always have to see a woman beside him. Once you have a man with a woman, don't go around with a strong woman, don't go around messing around, or he knows what to do, he knows how to be responsible. But you just let the woman travel or go somewhere for a couple of weeks or months, the man is a different person. So that's just what it is. I guess Abraham's master wasn't around anymore to keep him.
That's why he started getting women all over the place now, having babies.
Exactly. He's free now.
Is that what is happening in today's society too? Baby women all over the place with men?
Well, today's society is I don't know.
Yeah, we never heard that men are having children all over the place and they have to pay for child support. Some of them even ran away from social security, whatever. Like we're talking about the US now.
Well, first of all, let me say this. Back then, for a man to just go have a child with somebody must be your slave or something. But if it's a woman, an independent woman, you have to marry her first before you can get married to her. But now we don't have slaves or masters or anything. Everybody's independent on their own. So for you to go have kids around without marrying a woman or something,
or without taking care of them.
Exactly. So I mean, just like I said first, we choose what happened to us.
Okay, so any idea or do you have any conclusion about all this war, fighting that is happening between Muslim and Christian, caused by Abraham and Sarah?
It's
or do you want to call a pastor to come and help you so that both of you can give us the final opinion about the fighting? So we'll be back, and my name is Joaquim Zamora. One more time, I'm representing the truth, which is la vérité, and the pastor will come back to give us another insight about all this saga happening between the Muslim and Christian, and God bless you.
George Forrest.
Okay, Pastor Mitchell, do you have any answer? And my brother is going to ask. Abraham did bless Ishmael, and he did bless also Isaac. But the way I understand, looks like my brother is going to ask that Isaac is the one that received all the blessings from Father Abraham. But today, if we compare these two nations, the nation of Islamic and the nation of Jews, Judaism, looks like you are trying to say that why the Islamists are the most blessed. And this is going almost like a reverse according to what initially Abraham did. Do you have any answer for that?
Well, if you follow the history in the Bible from the time that Abraham dies, so Sarah's gone, Abraham dies, and you find that these nations, they were blessed, but they didn't follow what God told them to do. They were always messing up. They'd get so far, and they would cease doing what God did. They would have their wealth, they would have their homes, their children would be blessed. They'd start falling outside of the laws of God. And these nations would be taken captive. Then they'd come out of captivity. The same thing would happen again and again. And it goes all the way through to the book of Malachi. Right? And let's get on past that. Jesus comes, God in the flesh, right?
Yes.
Now we're released from a bondage, right? We're under grace, right? All we have to do is love God, do what God says, right?
Yes.
We're still not fulfilling that. It gets so far and then it drops off. And if you look at the world in its condition, Christianity is constantly doing it, and it gives the Muslims a false impression of who we are.
Okay.
And we just we instead of being winners, we end up being losers in their eyes because they're very material.
Sure. They are well blessed.
Yes. They're sitting on most of the oil, and they've got it.
So physically, Ishmael's side is the most blessed.
Physically, yeah.
Physically.
Physically.
However, Pastor Dumi, what do you think? So spiritually, do you think Ishmael was blessed only spiritually because he was a promised son? That's a spiritual blessings, or?
I think the blessings of Abraham, the promises that God gave to Abraham, was spiritual.
Spiritual.
Has nothing to do with physical.
Okay.
Because at the time God called Abraham in Genesis 12 and said, I will bless you. Abraham had things. Abraham was already blessed.
Okay.
So the blessings of God, I believe, is nothing physical.
Now,